Well, that is a nice copper coin, but oh, Doug, do you know what time it is?
45 up.
Who says 45 up, Doug? It's quarter after. Who says 45 of? Dog tag Doug says 45 of. It's funny, I was only going to use that the 1 week, and I've fallen in love with it. I might make a shirt, 45 of. make it a new thing. But what's up, guys? QuarterHoarder here. Wasn't planning on doing the live show tonight. I was going to take the week off. I'll explain why in a little bit. But then in the last minute, I thought, what the heck? I wanted to say hello, have a lower day where we could just kind of, talk for a little while. So that's what we're going to do. I want to say hello. I see some moderators in there. Alicia, Hot Mess Fishing. Thank you very much for coming in. The newest Nokta Nomad. And of course, Teresa, the treasure hunter in there, Charlie, who won't be in the show tonight because he actually flew out to spend a week with Teresa out west. So I'm not sure if Charlie left or not, but Teresa, thank you for joining us. And talking about joining us, let's bring in none other than Dog Tag Doug, Mexican Doug, Jane Fontuck.
Hey there.
Did you know I was introducing you, Doug? You always say,
Yeah. I was just making sure my phone was not loud where everybody could hear it.
Yeah. So, welcome, Doug. I like the halo effect. You're hatless today, I noticed. Hatless Doug.
Yeah, I'm trying to give my hair a little breathing room.
Airing out the old scalp.
Yeah. I wash it every night, but, maybe give it, maybe rejuvenate some follicles.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks smooth to the touch. And Doug, talking about smooth to the touch, let's bring in Rich Van Winkle and Lindy Anna Jones.
Hi,
everybody.
I think that should apply more to Lynn.
I always like the most awkward introductions for Rich.
I love
it. One last week when Brad was on. I think there was an awkward introduction for Rich.
I don't remember.
I'm not really sure. But actually, before I even start the show, guys, I'm going to take a quick. The show was a lot of fun. I'm planning on having a lot of laughs today, but I want to have one 30-second serious note. I'm going to bring up a picture. I don't know if you guys have saw. We mentioned it on here before. My good friend Heath Jones and Kelly Underwood, who was diagnosed with ALS. She was battling it hard. She passed away yesterday, and I just wanted to give my condolences to Heath, to the family. We've hunted with her before out in, I think it was Iowa. Passionate, detectorist, super friendly person, taken way too young. So, my condolences to the whole family. And again, in lieu of flowers, if anyone wants to donate to the ALS fund where they're trying to do research and things like that, I'll put a link in the show afterwards, but I just wanted to give my thoughts and prayers to Kelly. I'm going to miss you. She was a really good one, Doug.
She was. Sweet girl.
Very, very nice. And even though she was a Brewers fan, I loved her anyway, Doug.
Hey,
loved her
everybody
anyway.
Deserves to be a fan of whoever they want.
That's right. I was a fan of hers. She was a fan of the Brewers, but I still forgave her flaws because that's what friends do. That's what friends do. Doug, before I get into the little shindig, I'm going to say some hellos real quick. I do see, Mars. That's a new person for me. Mars, Mud Swat, Big Wave.
That's my best friend, Marcus.
Oh, that's your friend, Marcus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I called his name this week. There we go.
Did.
Rich knows him in real life.
Where's he from, Rich? Jersey?
He's from Langhorne, but he lives in New York.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, welcome, Marcus. Thanks for joining the show.
Marcus. I went to high school, middle school, college, everything with him. We played in bands together.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get a metal detector in his hand one day and join us. Robert Emmons is in there. Richard B. Hit the mark. Oh, Wicked Digger. Another moderator in there. Doug, we're going to see Wicked Digger next weekend. We're taking a trip up to Connecticut for the Dirt Fishing Adventures hunt, the natural hunt on a super old colonial farm field. It should be a really interesting day. We have a weird scenario where I'm going to go up for both days, Saturday and Sunday. Rich could only go up for Saturday at the moment, and Doug can only go up Sunday. So, we're going to be like passing the baton off, but I'll be there both days. If anyone wants to go, I think he still has tickets available for Saturday, Rich?
Yeah, just Saturday.
Just Saturday. So if you want to go and, hey, not only dig colonial relics, but you could meet Rich Van Winkle in person. Beard. Go check it out, dirtfishingadventures.com. It's going to be one heck of a fun hunt.
Hey, Doug, I'll tip you off to where you should go dig.
Where? Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then you call me on the phone. I'll be on my way up
Right.
You're on the way back. Okay.
Well, Sunday is a whole different spot than Saturday, so whatever advice Rich gives you won't matter.
People didn't know that. I was just...
Oh, people didn't know that. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's going to be really fun. You know what's cool too, Doug? I know Doug knows, but last week we were doing the live stream. We had Brad Martin on, Green Mountain Brad, and the show ended at what, like 9:30, Doug, give or take?
Yeah.
You, me, and Brad stayed on talking like in the green room until what time, Doug?
Almost 3.
Almost 3 in the morning. We just sat there. I should have kept the show going.
Yeah.
And we signed off. It was, what time was it? 10:20?
Something like that.
Yeah. I was like, we got to go. They could talk all night.
Yeah, because Brad said he could talk longer, but I feel bad when there's a guest on. Like, I don't want to monopolize their time. So I try to give them an out. You know what I mean? But I guess Brad really could have talked all night.
He was chatty like you.
He was good. But what came out good of it is we've set up a couple dates. We're going to get together and dig. Yep. We'll have some really fun, good collaboration videos together. We'll set up, some different challenges. I think it's going to be, we'll have a lot of fun with it. I like the guy. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's fun to dig with.
Yeah. Adrian. Amanda Collins is in there, but Adrian Tucker is in there. Christopher Beadle, Gary Morin. I wish I could go this year. Last year in Ashburnham was his first detecting event. Yeah, we went, Doug and I, to Ashburnham last year. There was a GW button found. Yes. There was a Massachusetts militia found. There was Reals found. There were, some really, really good stuff. Crotal bells. And it's one of the only places I could say, Doug, that might have older stuff than we get is up in that New England area. And you know me, Doug, I'm hoping someone's going to find
the pine tree shilling.
A tree shilling. One of the tree shillings. Yep. Even if it's not us, I just want to see someone find one. Hopefully it's me. Don't get me wrong. But if not, someone else.
You got your GW. Let somebody else have some.
Yeah, but I don't have one of those tree shillings yet. I'm excited. Smoking Louie's in the chat. What's up, Smoking Louie? Prairie Pirate, who is, I have to call him after the show. I was supposed to call him yesterday and I forgot. Turd Ferguson is in there. Clem Fandango, not sure yet. Tom Kingery. Keep it digging, metal detecting. Thank you, everybody, for showing up on this last-minute impromptu thing. Doug, I was going to do something later in the show, but I'm going to run it now, and maybe I'll run it again later.
Okay.
Because I want people to have a chance to guess. I don't know. I started doing this new Facebook thing because I wanted to put clips up that were like shorter, 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And I don't like to water down the YouTube channel with that. So one of the clips that I put together, you were here this day, but I don't know if you were with me when I filmed this. The clip's going to kind of speak for itself. So I want you to listen, Doug. And then at the end, I'll get your answer. Rich, you and Lynn, same thing. All right, I'm going to put it in full screen. Are you guys ready?
Go ahead.
Ready?
If you can't hear it, let me know. All right, this is Macy. Macy is 3, right?
Yeah.
Macy has a brother, and he's 2. He's following us around. I can't figure out what the brother's name is, and Macy's telling me. I need you guys to help.
Oh, so we have a mom.
And you have a mom, yes, absolutely. But what's your brother's name?
Ashen Michael.
Ashen Michael.
No, Ashen.
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 Ashen. I'm saying what you're saying.
Ashen.
Austin?
Ashen.
Ashen?
Ashen.
Leroy, am I missing it? Ashen.
Austin.
I'm saying what you're saying. The same sounds are coming out.
Austin.
Icing, Michael.
Austin.
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 Is it Austin? Did I get it?
Austin.
I didn't get it. Oh, well. I'm going to have to ask the mom. All right. So that was it. Now, I put it on my Facebook. First of all, what a cutie pie, Doug. I mean, come on. What a cutie pie.
Yes.
Between the Facebook
That
and
was a few years ago, too.
it was 7 years ago.
7 years?
I got an AT Pro hat on 7 years ago. Now, I put up my Facebook and I put it somewhere else. I've probably had about maybe 130 guesses so far. No one has gotten the name right yet.
Do you remember what it is?
I do remember what it is.
Oh.
Okay.
And at first I couldn't remember. So I went back through my library of 500 videos and found it because I knew at the end of the video that I originally played it in,
The mother.
I gave the answer.
Yeah.
So now I don't see the right answer in the chat yet, but Doug, Rich, and Lynn, I'll give you guys each one chance to say what name you thought that Macy said her brother's name was.
I haven't a clue.
I
Right.
think we're thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Aston?
No.
All right, Austin.
Aston.
Or, well, my other guess was Astrid.
That's
Astrid?
A girl. That's a girl's name.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's
Doug, you're going guessless.
I haven't a clue. And I know I should remember. I remember the girl. As soon as I saw her, I remember her and her brother.
Is it
but-
a common name? Is it?
It's not uncommon. I mean, it's not common, but you've heard it before.
Yeah.
And when I tell you the name,
It makes
you'll
sense.
hear her saying it. It's just that in the moment, she's 3. In her mind, it's crystal clear.
It's 3.
Is it also the name of a city?
No,
It's not
not
Okay.
that I know of. Not that I know of.
Oh.
Now I'm going to reveal the answer tomorrow on my.
Oh, you mean I got to
Ah,
wait?
Well, I mean, I thought that I'm revealing it to the whoever follows our show tomorrow. But I like to consider the Quarter After show like the closest of our friends. This is like a little family that, I would.
So you're going to make our whole family wait then.
No. I'd let the live stream people know tonight
Okay.
because they're like a little bit closer. They're like our good chums. Where everyone else, I would tell them tomorrow. But I'm not going to tell them until later in the show because I want people to try to guess. I might even give away a hat if someone does get her name. The little boy's his name. But so far, no one has got it. I just thought it was pretty. I thought it was really cute. I remembered it on a whim, and I'm trying to put up a clip or two every day because, man, once you put a YouTube video up, a week goes by, it might as well just be dead. So it's nice to kind of rehash things, relive some good moments, things like that. Davey Duba, whose name? I just played it, Davey. I'm going to play it again later. It's a little bit of a guessing game. I'll play it again later in the show. I don't want to have everyone play it again, but you'll see later. Cute little girl trying to guess her name. But when you're 3 years old, it's hard to figure out what they're saying. Sue Ramsey does not have Facebook. Yeah, I didn't use Facebook a lot either, but it's out there, and I didn't want to water down the YouTube channel. Chad Smith, Patrick Sullivan, Diggin' D Find,
or is that one?
Dan Renard, Relic Rat, Recovery Artifacts Together. Popped up earlier in my phone. Yeah, thank you, Relic Rat. Yeah, you probably got the Facebook or something. Cliff is his name. Yeah. I've met a lot of new people this week, Doug. It's hard to explain. I can't get into it yet, but the people from Nokta are like ask me to call this person and that person. I've met some really cool people, though, that normally I wouldn't have talked to. One guy has like a treasure hunting TV show. I'll tell you about it later. It just happened like an hour ago. I didn't even get a chance to tell you about it yet. So just interesting stuff. Bells. Not only are we going to the hunt, Doug, next weekend up in Connecticut, but we're also going to be going to the Kadoha hunt in Murfreesboro, Arkansas.
Correct.
And Bells is usually there. Bells, are you going again?
She'll be there, so I can get my hug.
Doug's been talking about that warm hug since last year we were there. 2 years ago. 2 years it's been.
Yeah. And her husband's nice enough to let me hug her. So.
What's your husband's name?
Mike.
I didn't think you'd know it. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Doug,
am I right, Bells? Tell me if I'm right. It's Mike.
Yeah. If you didn't know the husband's name, but you're hugging her, that would have been a problem.
Yeah. That's a little shady.
At least if you know his name, you're kind of covered. Oh, I guess Brandon. I don't know if Brandon from Kadoha just texted me and said that there's 45 tickets remaining.
All right, let's get them sold.
So yeah, listen. Doug and I don't travel 1,000 miles for an empty house.
No.
So come on, one of the best shows in the country. I think there's literally like 9.7 million prizes, Doug. I might have the number wrong.
And not only are there a lot of prizes, there are some really, really expensive prizes.
Oh yeah,
so,
and Doug, it's a who's who in the detecting world is going to be there. Oh, I do see Bells just said, "You bet, Doug. Yes, you're right. I guess her husband is Mike." And hugs for both of us. Look at that, Doug. Hopefully not at the same time.
You don't deserve it.
I don't want us to hug at the same time. I don't like to touch Doug too often.
Group hug.
I don't want a Bell's sandwich.
Yeah.
But no, I heard KG and Ringy are going to be there, who have been on our show. Aqua Sticker is going to be there, who's been on our show. The Duck Dynasty people, Adventure Archaeology. Brandon is going to be there. I say his name because he's going to be a guest on our Quarter After show 1 week from today, Doug. The month of September.
Okay.
We're going to be doing this every Thursday because I have a different guest lined up every Thursday in September. A-listers in my mind, because I like all these people.
Yeah.
But I'm going to kick it off 1 week from today with Brandon from Adventure Archaeology, detectorist, bottle digger, all around good dude. I don't get to talk to him a whole lot, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys are in for a good treat next Thursday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. What's that from, Rich?
I didn't hear you. I was.
Yeah, I know. You weren't paying attention. That's why I quiz you. I'm like the teacher who can tell when the kids are goofing around. And I'm like, Bobby, what did I say?
I was coughing. I was turning my head to cough.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. Doug, what was it from?
Batman.
That's right. I knew Doug would know.
Jeez.
Jeremy.
Hey, I have an announcement to make.
Yes, you in the back.
If it wasn't noticeable that I'm a senior citizen, I want everyone to know I've made the quantum leap into senior-dom. I am starting a job next week as a crossing guard.
I'm so excited, Doug. When you told me you were going to be a crossing guard,
yeah.
Oh man, that's perfect because Doug is friendly. He's smiley. Kids are going to like him. He's like a bald Santa Claus. Yeah. He's going to do great getting those kids. My only worry about the job is I hope those kids help Doug across the street.
Yeah. I'm the cripple.
Right, because Doug's going to. But he's going to get one of those stop signs, and
I'll show it off next week.
Yeah,
I should have it.
Maybe when we go into a break during the show, I can have you like hold up the stop sign, and you're the official.
Yeah, when you're talking too much, I'll hold it up.
Yeah, you're the official. You're the official breaker.
Yeah.
Now, Doug, are you going to keep some dog tag Doug stickers in your pocket?
I've ordered some extra so I can hand them out to the kids.
Yeah, you do get noticed a lot. I mean, they're going to say, you can tell them, hey, I'm a big time YouTuber.
I'll be plugging the channel. You know that.
What's funny too, Lynn, is Doug's a great advocate of the channel. So Doug will tell them, yeah, I'm a great big YouTuber, and they'll say, oh, how does YouTube work? And Doug will say, I have no idea.
Yeah. As far as it goes.
I do is show up. I show up.
They'll take it from there.
Doug, question from the chat: do they still give you whistles?
Whistle.
They didn't mention whistle. I'm going to find out though, but I don't think so. I think the stop sign and a vest and the badge.
What if I
that's
give you a
about it.
dog whistle? Oh, that's
Oh
good.
yeah.
Nobody will hear it.
Yeah. Well, Doug will hear it.
I'll
All
look
the
it up.
dogs will come running.
Yeah.
Mike Benjamin said it. A dog tag Doug whistle. That's
Yes.
right.
Wow.
If we can't hear them, how do we know if it's working or not?
You just have
Well,
to
If the dog
the
comes
dog's
or not.
the dog's reaction
Yeah.
usually tells
Whenever
me.
I blow the dog whistle, Doug pees
I
his leg.
answer.
I just assumed there was a correlation. But no, I'm excited for Doug. He's going to have a lot of fun. I mean, you saw the little girl Macy. Kids are fun. Kids breathe life into most situations. And Doug's a lovable guy. I'm excited for him. You start officially next week, Doug?
I start training Tuesday through Friday, and then I'm subbing for that person the following week. So
Doug's dream has always been he always wanted to work the corner, and now he's doing it.
yeah, I used
come true.
to work the corner with one of those big 55-gallon drums with the fire, and we'd sing around, stand around doing doo-wop, but I've grown out of that.
Yeah. I'm excited. We're going to have to storm his corner one day, Rich, and get some good footage.
Yeah, where is it?
Federo in the chat wants to know if Beavis and Butthead will do an episode of Doug the Crossing Guard. I don't know. That could be a good spin-off show.
That would be.
Doug the Crossing Guard, yeah. All the funny things that happen in the daily life of a crossing guard.
I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think it's good. All right, let's get into the show, Doug, because we do actually do some metal detecting on this channel.
Oh, is that what we're here for?
Yeah, it's kind of part of the spiel. I got 2 houses lined up today that we're going to talk about. Some of the extra things that we found, because after today's show, Doug, back to back guests 4 weeks in a row. So we might not have as much talking time to rehash, the daily videos. So we're going to kick it off today. So the first house we went to was this house here in the picture. A comment there from Yiser Wings. You all find some stunning homes. This one Doug got, it was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at it. Super nice guy. When we showed up, he was mowing the lawn. We were there about 7-8 hours. He was still mowing the lawn. It was noisy all day from the lawn.
And let me tell you, it was hot. It was brutally hot.
We threw in the towel early. We tried to only detect in the shade, but we found some really good stuff, and we're going to try to dive into some of it here, Doug. I'll start the little shindig. Charlie was with us on this day, and this was the first find of the day, which was found by, I believe, Rich. I don't remember. It could have been Charlie. And the first find was that nice, fat, large copper in the hole. I think it was yours, Rich. I don't recall.
It was Rich.
It was Rich. And the first one came out really good. Let me see. I got a picture. There it is right there. You can see it looks like it's a matron head, large cent, 200-year-old, large copper, right in the front yard. And I thought, when Rich found that, which I think was the very first find of the whole day, Rich, wasn't it? Or
I may have. I can't remember if I dug a wheat penny or
it was really early. I didn't even have my camera equipment set up yet. So, when Rich is finding a large cent, before I'm even dressed, I'm thinking, man, it's going to be a virgin ground, incredible day. And we did good, but it definitely was not, super enthralling all day.
I guess I just walked. I chose wisely, and I just walked right to it. Somehow.
Well, we had a few coppers this day, and all of them were in a small little area. Yeah. But Rich got the first one. I think it was dateless, at least at the time. I don't remember if anything came of it. Let's see what else we got. There's the homeowner there. Really nice guy. Turns out his son, when we were talking to him, his son is an animator for a television network. And I said to the guy, oh, no kidding. We were on an animated show. What company does he work for in California? And the guy said he works for Titmouse. Now, Titmouse is the company that makes Beavis and Butthead. So I said, wow, no kidding. I worked with people from that. So talk about a small world, Doug. I mean, this guy
Yep.
lives 3,000 miles away, and his son works for the company that we were on the show on.
Put that picture back up, Jay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you can zoom in on Brian.
I can only go to here.
Okay. Who did I tell you he reminded me of?
He looks like Ringy.
Ringy.
Yeah.
KG and Ringy.
Yeah.
He really looks like him there.
Yeah, he looks like Ringy.
Built like him, talk like him, facial features.
He's got like the facial smirk of Ringy.
Yes.
Like that little mischievous child smile that Ringy has.
Yeah. Now, interestingly, it was like 100 degrees that day.
In the shade.
Only 2 people had long pants on, and you see them in the picture.
Yeah. Well, Rich doesn't own shorts. Rich wears long pants in the shower. I don't know why. I don't know how he does it. Doug and I would be out there naked if it wasn't illegal because we're always sweating.
It wasn't for the laws, yes.
Charlie's shirt is drenched with sweat before he even gets out of the car. He's a sweaty guy too.
Yeah.
But Rich, I don't get it. 110 degrees. Rich has got like long johns on, sweatshirt, hoodie, a scarf. How do you do that? How do you not like dying?
You know what annoys me more than being hot?
Doug.
Is my sweaty skin rubbing up against grass and rocks and whatever else. I'd much rather, same reason why Doug knows, if you're doing hay, no matter how hot it is, you're wearing long sleeves.
No, I'll tell you what's worse than hay. Peaches. If you've ever picked peach, oh my God.
Wearing long sleeves.
You got to have long sleeves. Otherwise, it's like getting fiberglass.
Yeah,
but you guys are doing work. Like we're in a yard with nothing around. I can't believe he doesn't wear shorts, but whatever. That's okay.
Yeah.
He finds a lot of stuff, so who am I to question his?
Yeah.
Whatever.
He could wear a skirt.
Maybe you guys should wear pants. Then
maybe I should. Maybe
you'll find just as much as I do.
The pants.
Maybe that's what it is. The pants are the seat. Let's see. What did we get? This was Doug's find. Oh, this was Doug's find. I remember this one. This was a nice copper that Doug got. Do you remember what it was, Doug? Don't say.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty condition.
No. Look at this, Doug. You'll see.
You sure?
I'm sure.
I do remember.
It is still. Don't say it. Lynn, how many times does he do that? I'm yelling at him. Don't say it. Don't say it. And I see his brain. I'm going to say it, boss.
You've got to try reverse psychology.
Every single time. He can't help himself.
The mouth is in gear way before the brain.
But there's the dirty coin.
We all have that problem.
And then when we cleaned it, he's right. It was a Liberty cap. You can see. The cap. You can see her outline. 1790s, one of the coolest, best 1700s coins, and Dougie nabbed it right out of the front yard. That was incredible.
And interestingly, you and I seem to find a lot of those for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's because, look, I'd like to say it's because we're incredibly good detectorists.
Yeah, but
it's probably the fact that they're so thick. You could hear that with a 9-button Harbor Freight metal detector. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
A big, thick, chunky coin. And when you hunt the land we do, they're under the ground sometimes, and we swing over them. But that was an amazing coin. Congratulations to Dougie on that sucker. Comment there from Team Lynch. My good buddy Tim, who's usually in the chat, will probably be in later. Love the Liberty Cap large cent. Fun as always, guys. Thank you, Team Lynch. Let's see what else we got. And there's a shout out to the Perron there too, Doug. Always lighting up our world.
Yes.
Oh, Doug, I do want to say real quick, I'm simultaneously now doing the live stream on my Facebook group. Now, the comments from Facebook don't show up on my streaming software. So I'm now glancing over to the Facebook, and I do want to say hello.
Okay.
Jay Cook is in there. Casey Ewers is in there. I know both those guys. Les Mobley, William Yates, Andy Pettigrew, Nancy, I lost it. Nancy Kaysen Howard. I'm going to try to glance back and forth. Alside Huel, Frank Harvey. I'll try to glance back and forth. I haven't figured out a way to get both chats to converge. But thank you to the new Facebook followers, Doug. I'm having fun with this new media. Let's see what else we got, Dougie. Look at Charlie's face. Charlie's laughing like that because Rich, right before this picture, bent over to dig a hole and the back of Rich's pants ripped right in the worst spot. And look at Charlie, Doug. No mercy. No mercy for Rich. He's just like
Charlie looks like he just took his teeth out.
Yeah, look at it. Hold on. Let me blow it. Can I blow it up? Can I blow it up? Look at that face.
There you go.
That's awesome. What the heck am I doing? So yeah, Rich ripped his pants. And there's a great look at the comment, Doug, from Dirty Paul's Detecting.
Richard rips them.
Richard ripped them.
That's funny.
I like that better than Nixon, I think.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
Maybe that's how his pants split.
I don't know. Rich, were you
one?
all day long? All day long, you were digging with a big ripped butt crack in your pants, or did you change?
No,
that's
I
how
digged all day
cool.
long. I soon forgot about it and just continued on.
Okay. Oh, I see that the moderators are in the Facebook and the YouTube, so they're moderating both. Thank you. And Mike Benjamin. Oh, I am seeing them both. I just can't tell where they're coming from.
Okay.
All right, enough of that. Thank you, Facebook friends. Let me say now, after Rich ripped his pants, he did get a good find here. He got that beautiful little brooch there. You hear how my voice goes up 2 octaves, Doug?
Yeah.
Beautiful little brooch.
I was wondering what happened there.
I think it may have been oh, look, Charlie is in the chat. He's laughing out in Arizona, Doug.
Oh,
Charlie, make sure you stay in the chat.
Yeah.
I want to say something later that applies to you. So stay there.
All right, make sure you're there, Charlie. Listen, don't leave. We don't care if you're on vacation with your wife. You do what Doug says.
That's right. You stay right where you are.
If he's on the toilet, he'll be there for a good hour, Doug. You got his undivided attention.
Yeah.
But beautiful little brooch that we think may have been a picture frame, don't we, Rich? Or at least in the field, as we were saying, maybe it held a photograph because it's such a distinct.
I have seen tin types with the corners cut off like that. And it is curious with it's such a square or rectangular space in the middle there.
Yeah.
But it's got to be one or the other.
If I blow it up here, Rich, hold on. Do you see this part right here?
Yes, there's a pin there. And
you can see that it would have swiveled down, and I think that would have swung down and locked a picture in. At least that's my guess. What the heck? There it is. So that little piece up at the top, up here, I can see that it was a rotating, thing. So that's why I thought maybe picture. But, who knows?
It could be.
Thanks for that. Smoking Louie wants to start a GoFundMe for some new pants for Rich.
yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where he gets his pants from, but he needs a new pair now, and we're all going to try to help him out. Chris
I
Hyde.
I don't buy a lot of clothes.
Me neither. I buy them on Amazon, so maybe they fit, maybe they don't. Whatever. All my clothes now have QuarterHoarder on them, Rich. Every shirt that I own, every hat that I own.
I don't have enough QuarterHoarder stuff.
Yeah, well, I got the new hat, Rich. I got this one.
He'll sell you one.
I got
the original.
You have to mount a camera on a QuarterHoarder hat for me.
Yeah, lately, Doug, the last 3 videos, we've got a good setup going where I have a GoPro mounted on Rich's hat. So Rich is live digging everything he digs. And then once he live digs it, then I'll come with my camera for the nice close-up shot. So in the coming weeks, it's a nice new feature to the channel where you're going to see a lot more of the entire dig, because the way we do it now, I can't be everywhere. So the guys call me over after they found something, but I really wanted to try to capture the buildup. You know what I mean? Like And that's what we're working on. I might even buy
So
another.
I get a camera.
I might buy one for you too. I'm trying it out with Rich, and then I'm starting to like it. I might actually get GoPros for all of us, and then I'll have more footage to be able to pick and choose from. It's a work in progress.
I'm still getting used to it. It's
it's
different.
But it's nice. It's a
But
good
it's
problem
fun.
to have. Too much footage. It's a good problem to have. All right. Anyway, Rich's nice brooch there. This is a good find that I had. This nice little lighter.
What's going on with Doug?
Says, you can't judge a book by the way it wears its one-legged glasses. Look at Doug. Doug, those glasses broke months ago. Why are you still carrying? They were $5. I'll buy you a new pair.
Yeah, I like them.
But they're broken. Look how ridiculous they look on you.
All I got to do is get one of those metal things and put it in it. But till then.
All right. Well, yeah, you can't judge a book by the way it wears its one-legged glasses, but I had to get that picture in there.
Yeah, I know. You got to just fill up the screen with goofy pictures of me, don't you?
Come on, that's half the show is the goofy pictures of Doug. We all have our goofy pictures. You're just in front of the camera more. But there's my lighter, Doug, that I found in the front of the yard.
Yes.
Scouting for History commented because it says made in occupied Japan on the lighter, which, I kind of knew when it was from. I quizzed Doug on the years of occupied Japan, and Doug got it. And I wasn't sure if this was just the inside guts of a lighter or the whole
I think
lighter.
it is. I think it is.
I thought it was the inside guts because I didn't think you'd actually have made in occupied Japan on the outside.
No.
Yeah, the top.
History thinks it is the whole thing. I'm not sure.
The dead giveaway is the thing that drops off the bottom there.
Exactly.
And the lip at the top.
Yes.
That's what it would slide into.
Yes, I agree, Rich.
So you think
and then there'd be cotton down there, and then that thing that drops down is where the fluid or gas would go up through.
So you think it's not the whole lighter? You think it's just the inside?
Well, it is as far as the lighter mechanism itself, but you'd have that outer shell that
there'd be something surrounding this.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
And several people did say could be a tabletop lighter, which
maybe
I think they might be right.
Doug, the beauty of this show is we can find a junky lighter and we can go on for
talk about it for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Who else can go on for a half an hour about a lighter? But we find a way to do it. But thank you. That was not a Zippo Dangus squat burger. I just love saying his name.
Yes.
I have found old Zippos before, but this one, I don't know what this brand is. I just thought it was cool because it says occupied Japan, and Japan was only occupied for. Do you remember the years, Doug?
40.
45 to 52, somewhere around there.
Right around there.
That could be a Ronson, Ronson.
I thought maybe a Ronson. That was a big brand.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, but it's just I thought it was really cool, and any find is special if you make it special, Doug, and that's what I like to do. Making it special. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's see what else we got, Lynn. A whole lot of special things tonight.
Oh boy.
Special things. I got to click on this over here to restart the shindig. This is a funny joke, Doug. I cut it and hit. I let it run too fast. Darn it.
I saw that. Yes. Yes.
Hold on, my whole slide.
I like that.
Let me go back. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. I'm removing it. If I hit the wrong button, it just plays and I miss the whole thing. So hang on, guys. I wanted you to at least appreciate a commenter's joke. All right, here it was. So from NBC Graphic, it said, now, Doug, you know the answer. So do not say it early. Repeat what I just said, Doug. Repeat what I just said.
Don't say anything.
Okay. So, Lynn, NBC Graphic Design had a joke and said, do you know the difference between a hippo and a Zippo? Now, I'm going to play it, Doug, and I'll let you say the answer because now it's the appropriate time.
Okay.
Go ahead, Doug.
Hippo weighs 2,000 pounds. A Zippo is a little lighter.
That's a good one. Come on, good job, Doug.
Or a lot lighter. I like it. That was pretty
Yeah,
pretty
thank you.
funny.
That was from NBCR Graphic Design. And Doug, you nailed the punchline. Way to go. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
And he waited.
Yeah, he waited. Yeah, that was the appropriate time frame. We got it.
Okay.
All right, let's see what else we got. This is a cool token from Rich. I didn't really do a build up or anything on it, but this was like a play money token that we find a lot of, Doug, in aluminum.
Yes.
But he found this one in brass with a president on it.
It actually looks like a coin.
It did.
Yeah, I really thought it was because of its size and the way it rung up. I thought it was going to be my first Trime, and it wasn't.
No. But I mean, it was unique to my eyes. Now, that image does not look like Franklin Roosevelt to me. He's got like a chunkier face. It looks like Fred Sanford a little bit. Remember Fred Sanford, Doug?
It doesn't look anything like Fred.
I think it looks like Fred Sanford more than Roosevelt. So, but super cool token there. Let's see what else we got from this house. This was Rich. I looked over and Rich was like, Rich does this a lot. He'll climb into the woods and he'll start eating random berries and stuff. And I'll say, like, Rich, are you 100% sure you know what that berry is? Now, granted, Rich is pretty good with that stuff. But one day, if he eats the wrong berry, like, I don't know CPR, maybe I should learn it. What were you eating from this tree, Rich?
Salmon berries.
I never even heard of those, Doug.
They're a native berry to North America. And,
do we have poisonous berries in our area?
Do we?
Yes. Do we have poisonous berries in our area?
Yes. Not ones that look like that, though.
When Rich was little, he ate poison pokeberries.
I believe it. He eats berries wherever we go. Like, he'll just see like a tree or a bush and start like licking it. I'd be like, Rich, stop licking the guy's bush.
No, oh God. I had to call poison control.
But yeah, Rich was in there, neck deep, eating the guy's trees, like a giant caterpillar.
Oh man,
they're good.
I didn't try one. I was afraid because I don't know what the heck is growing on those things. But yeah, Rich got re-nourished out there, and this is what he found when he came out of those bushes, Doug. It was an old badge, like a plate. We could make out Cincinnati on it.
Yeah.
And then Smokin' Louie, who was in the chat on one of the two, said from 1896, the Cincinnati Time Recorder. He gave a background of it. Apparently, they made time clocks. For the man back then. Like you'd punch in and out on a Cincinnati time recording machine.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, you can see patent numbers on there. Which some people might look at that and think it's junk. I thought it was pretty cool. I like things that I've never seen before. So
it is cool. And then learning about what it is the coolest part.
It is the coolest part. And you get a little, you get on the rabbit hole of looking up the company and what they did, and how long they, who bought them out. That's half the fun of the hobby is the rabbit hole that you go down.
Oh no! Now there's in the chat Richard Lixum.
I got to find out who said that first. That's a good one.
Tucker.
They get a hat. They
might get a hat. Richard Lixum. Good job, Adrian Tucker. If that was you, you're the man.
Good one.
Rich has so many nicknames. He's approaching your nickname status, Doug. He's got Richard. Yeah. He's got Richard Nixum, Richard Ripsum, now Richard Lixum.
Your intros are gonna take 10 minutes.
Yeah. The whole plethora of the nicknames. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you were watching the chat. I would have hated to miss that. Ramsey said, "Do you have enough hats?" I'm gonna have to make some more. I got these new ones, Doug. Can you even see this new one I'm wearing? It's like a lighter.
No, it's camouflage.
Yeah, well, that's true. I'm like a chameleon. But no, it's like hold on. I'm going to blow myself up real quick. Hold on. It's like a light desert sand camo kind of a.
Yeah.
It's a new one that I ordered for myself, and I also ordered some in like an orange colored camo. I'm trying some new things out. So
Okay.
maybe I know I've sent Adrian Tucker at least 2 hats already. He's got more hats than me. I know he's won a couple of Guestlin's things and all sorts of stuff like that. All right, let's see what else we got. Rich is having a pretty good day. Oh, Rich got this too, Doug.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This was like, this thing was enormous too. I don't even know what the heck it was, but
It's weird. It is.
some religious thing. I think there was a third flap on the right that may have broken off that said like honor and then something else on the right and then reparation at the bottom. I don't know what that would have gone to, but it was big. Maybe on your car, Rich, or something.
I don't know. I honestly, I did not research that one.
Yeah, too big for clothing. I mean, it takes up my whole hand, and you know I've got big manly man hands.
There you go.
Okay.
So I don't know what that is, but that was only about a foot from the time machine badge you found too.
It kind of looks like something you'd put on your license plate, you know?
Maybe I don't know, and I can't quite read the words going around it, but
I can't either.
yeah, but it was cool. Nice piece there from Richie Rich.
Yep.
Let's see what else we got. This was another one. We came back to the front. You know, all the good finds were not in the shade, but going to the sun was
That's the way
brutal.
it's been all summer.
Yeah, so you know you'd go out to the good spot, dig a hole, find something, and then rush back to the shade because it's just been so bad. But Rich jumped back out to the sun, and he got another good find. The third copper of the day. Look at that one, Doug. I can tell what that is from that picture. Can you tell what it is, Doug?
It's copper.
George.
Well, thank you.
King George II?
I'm guessing it's KG1 or 3, probably a 1.
I think it's a 1. You can tell it looks like a young head 1.
Yeah.
It's like 1720s, 300 years old. Now, the front, you know, you got to kind of really look to even see it's a KG1, but look at the back. That's the back with just a finger rub, a greasy finger rub.
Yep.
That's a good thing about being Italian, Doug. My thumbs are extra greasy.
Yep.
When I rub it, that dirt looks really clean.
Yep.
But you can see Britannia's head or chest or shoulder. You can see the shield. Can't quite see the date, but these could be 17 late teens up to like the 30s, I think. So very, very cool. And if you go back, I'm going to go back real quick, Doug, just to show right here. When Rich first got it, if you can check out that giant green shovel there.
Yeah.
That's from Excalibur Shovel.
That's blinding.
It's weird. I'll tell you about it later when I get to the next one. But now, since this video's come out, I have my Excalibur. Doug has his. Rich has his. And now Charlie has his. All 4 of us. We haven't all 4 been together in several weeks with vacations and summer. So maybe in a week or 2, I'd like to get a picture of all of us with our Excaliburs.
Holding them up.
They can put that. Maybe he'll put it on the Excalibur website for us. There we go. I know people. Maybe he'll do that for us. He's in the chat. The Key Day Kid. Maybe he'll honor us with a picture of the QuarterHoarder group on the website.
Yeah. QuarterHoarder crew digs Excalibur.
You're darn right. Yeah. So Key Day Kid, keep that in mind. But seriously, if you want to get a shovel, make sure you go check it out. ExcaliburShovels.com makes the best shovels in the game.
Nice coin.
Yeah, that was nice. Oh, and there was a comment from Danimal Diggs, who I think I saw in the chat today. He thought he saw 1772. It was probably 1722.
Could be.
This is a KG1, and 1772 would be a 3. Oh, there he is, Danimal Diggs. He's in the chat. Look at that. I told you, Doug. The live show are like next level friends, you know. So thank you guys for hanging out.
The Key Date Kid says, I gave that shovel positive juju so Rich would no longer nick stuff. And
oh, that's good.
Actually, I don't think I've hit anything with a shovel yet.
I don't think you have either. Not that
until
I
this weekend, probably.
Well, I don't want to jinx you, but so far he hasn't. I'm just hoping that that shovel, you put it through its paces, and you can show everyone just how strong it is.
Yep.
Here's a shot from the side of the house, and you can see how. I mean, this is only a small portion of the lawn that was there. I mean, it was a massive property of available places to swing, but in that sunny area, 105 degrees with the humidity, we couldn't get out there. So we kind of had to stick to the grass area. There's a really cool little ice house too. You can see off to the right, kind of went down a little bit. He's using it as a shed now, but that ice house is probably also from colonial times. The back of the house there is an addition. Oh, and then we finished off with a couple of buttons. This was Rich's. That's always nice because it had some beautiful gold gilt on it. Right out of the ground like that. It wasn't even wiped clean. But when you see a button with that much gold gilt on it, you can bet the farm it was probably triple gilt or at least double gilt. It wasn't just one layer. And I think when you cleaned it, it did say treble gilt, which is another way to say triple gilt. So that was super sharp. And then I got this button, which I'm holding upside down there. Thought it was cool. Around the shank, you can see like the little star lines. There's some writing on it. The front of all the buttons we found this day were all plain, but the backs were looking pretty sharp. So I think that was the last one from the first house, Rich. Let me key up the second house. Rich, and Doug, say hellos in the chats while I get ready for the next one.
Well, there's 223 people hanging out right
Awesome.
now.
I think my son's in. Justin.
Justin's
Oh, yeah?
in there? All right.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was telling Lynn that the one show when Nokta was on and my microphone went out, Doug, and when I watched it back, the whole show came to a halt. And I said, yeah, what I'm going to do is I want to try to have some boxed like conversation starters. That way, if I ever get called away or have to use the bathroom or something, like you guys will be ready to go.
Oh yeah, sure.
like a canned funny thing to say or do. All right, hold on. I'm fast forwarding because originally I had the clip with Macy in the middle, and now I put her to the front. So I'm trying to just forward past her. Okay, here she is. But I'll do some quick hellos. Let me see. Sue Ramsey, who I said, Eric Fairchild. That's a new one. I'm going to go back and forth with the Facebook, Doug.
Okay.
Brian Botger. Thank you, sir. Carolina Relic Hunter John. Facebook, I got Don Williamson, Brett Ashton, and Justin Johnson. There's Doug's son, Justin. How are you, Justin? I think he's on the Facebook side, Doug.
I think he is, yes.
There's a user just named 88. Wow, I didn't know you can have a username of just 88, but welcome. There's also a user whose name is Attention. That's their name. Well, Attention, their comment says they took their 8-year-old daughter out detecting and she found an Indian penny. That's pretty exciting.
All right.
Awesome.
Silver Assassin metal detecting, Cindy Collins, Audrey Girlinghouse, Digging Canuck is in there. My good friend from north of the border. One of my favorite Canadians, Liz Digging Canuck. I'm glad she was able to make it in. NEPA History and Archaeology Search. Gopher Bill, David Harvey, Oswald Jones, Christopher Beadle. I think I got, at least I can see the ones that are in front of me. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Let's bring in, this is the second house we were at, Doug. Well, Doug wasn't at this house. Doug, why were you not there? Were you on vacation?
I
think you were in Florida on vacation.
was?
I think so. I think it's when you were fishing with Chris down in Florida.
Was that in March?
No, I don't think it was that long ago.
Oh, well, that's when I was in Florida. March.
Oh, you weren't here. I don't know where you were.
Yeah.
I don't know where you were. But that was out. Look at that beautiful house, Doug.
Yes.
Nice shot flanked in between the those two massive trees. And there was all sorts of outbuildings, Doug. There's a shot of the house from the side. The Digging Dudes official, in all of just how beautiful the property was. It was. I mean, it was gorgeous.
A lot of good ground there.
Yeah. There's a nice old starter home on the right and an old original barn, all made out of stone, hundreds and hundreds of years old, and really well kept up on too. Guy probably had about 30 acres of land, including the fields, that maybe once they're harvested, we might just go back again. So the first find of the day, I didn't film. Rich found one of these escutcheon plates, and then he found another one, like maybe 10 minutes later. So I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll include them both. Obviously not from the same thing. And then Doug Smith commented that the one had 23 stars. I guess the one on the left, I'm not going to count the stars. And according to Google, it could have had some affiliation with 1820 or something. I'm not sure, Rich. I don't even know what the heck it is. It's just a cool round circle. Hold on. Let's everybody just wait, and I'll let Rich and Lynn finish their conversation.
Sorry.
Well, we can't talk with you talking.
No, because I'm asking Rich a question, and I can tell he's not paying attention. That's twice tonight. Come on.
I think you wait for me to not pay attention and then ask me a question.
Yeah.
Well, you found this thing, so obviously this is the only person I can ask him about. But yeah, I don't know what that's from, so I'm not really sure. But it was a cool find. Team Lynch, who I showed the comment earlier, are in the chat. I don't know if that's Tim or Kathy. Usually it's Tim, but welcome, Team Lynch. And Occam's Razor. That's a cool name, too. Occam's Razor. Let's take a look. So this thing from Rich, whatever the heck that is.
I think they are some sort of escutcheon, like maybe to go on furniture where a handle was, or
yes,
who
like.
knows.
Yeah, I don't know. Darn it. I did it again. Even though these aren't the most enthralling pictures, I don't want them to go out of order. All right, let me bring it back in. All right, let's start this over. As everyone knows, I am not a professional at this. We're making the most of it. Rich found this one too, Doug. I thought it was going to be a silver thimble for sure. But it's not. It was a plated thimble, but still, it wasn't smushed. Kind of hard to not, to find thimbles that aren't smushed. All sorts of junk in the backyard. When I say junk, just miscellaneous. I call them relics, just interesting things that kind of keep your interest peaked. But it took us a while to get on something like really, really good. After the thimble, there was this little Victorian fancy pants piece. Don't really know what that was from. This was this day, Doug, I forgot. When we arrived, I thought, it might be interesting to try some new machines because we all use the same machine.
Right.
So sometimes when you try to swing over, the other guy's fine. If you're all using the same machine, you're all just hearing the same thing. So I bought Charlie this double score. I think Rich had the triple score because it has a relic mode on it.
Yep.
I was using the Find X Pro for a while. And then Lynn was holding the Find X Pro there. And then we had the Legend. So we were using a plethora of machines. So Charlie had found something here and was swinging over it in Lynn's hand as I walked up. And that's why you're seeing the screen on the old double score. And Amanda Thomas liked seeing all the machines, Doug. It's nice to mix it up a little bit, Sure, mix it up. Let's see. And Charlie, what did he get out of that? Oh, I don't even know what he showed. Had a lot of comments, Doug. I must have cut out a half an hour of us just watching the cats frolic around.
They were very cute.
Cats, super cute. And then I got a comment from a user named The Purry Cat. Go figure.
Yeah.
And they said they would have spent the whole day in the shade playing with the kittens. The cats are cool. And you know what's awesome too, Doug? Not the Excalibur shovel you see on the bottom left, although that is awesome.
Yeah.
But the next picture, I got a close-up of the one cat. It's hard to see, but the cat had 6 digits on both front paws.
Really?
It's hard to tell if you count them. Do you remember, Lynn? I think you first noticed it.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure about the back feet. I can't remember, and those are they the cats that were associated with Hemingway or whatever?
if they're white, they're supposed to be all white.
Yeah, that's actually what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the heck you're talking about.
They all
Man.
came from a cat that Ernest Hemingway had. They were all bred from.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like the Moses of cats.
evidently.
If it's
Wow.
it's supposed to be an all white cat. The
Really?
Hemingway cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of that. Look, people in the chat heard of that. Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of that before. What did Liz say? I think you need to add one of the Note the Kid machines to the repertoire. Yeah, you're right. I do have, Liz, the what was the one? The bigger one, I think, was the MIDI Hoarder with a D. The problem is, Liz, I'm really, really tall. And I'd have to like crawl around on my knees. But it is a good, and you know what's cool too, Rich, about that MIDI Hoarder is instead of like a number showing up, if you find something good, it has like a smiley face. And if you're looking for something bad, it has like a frowny face, you know, because they're for kids. It's supposed to make it fun.
That is
Maybe I'll bring it.
Yeah.
Lynn, maybe you can use it. You know, I know you don't like
Yeah.
well, because you don't like to detect because they're heavy, but this MIDI Hoarder is pretty light. But the problem with it is that they you can't connect headphones to them, specifically because they're made for kids. And if you take your kids somewhere,
You want to be able to hear.
you want to be able to call
Yeah.
your kid and them hear you. So they didn't want to put a headphone port on them.
So the beep would drive everybody crazy.
Well, at a house they might, you know,
Yeah.
at a beach it's probably cool, but at a house you try not to be too.
Not so. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but thank you, Liz. You're right. I didn't bring that machine. All right. Where are we here? Lots of cat things. Oh, this is a cool one, Doug. This is the first house, Doug, that I started doing the GoPro on my head for the extra clips. This was the house that started it all. Now, I probably did about 30 live digs, and there was a couple successful ones, but I couldn't use them because, you know, that was the first day I was using the GoPro, and I didn't realize that when the GoPro was on my head, it was crooked because you can't see it.
Right.
So obviously all the footage was like angled like this, like this. Now, when your footage is angled like this, the only way I could make it watchable is I gotta
head.
blow it up and then I gotta rotate it. Now the problem is if you take something that you record in HD and you blow it up this big and then rotate it,
Pixelates.
it looks pixelated. Think of it like, if you don't make videos, think of it like when you used to get silly putty and rub it on a newspaper to get the cartoon.
Yeah.
And then if you stretch it, it loses the quality. So even though I captured some super cool live digs with the GoPro, the footage was unusable for me. So since then, now I have these special hat mounts so that the camera cannot be crooked. And Rich has nailed some really good live stuff so far that I can't wait to start rolling out probably in about 2 weeks. He's bringing it to a whole nother level, Doug. Whole nother level. I'm going to put Doug's GoPro. I'm going to make like a face harness so that it's like right here. And then not only will he capture everything, but we won't have to look at him. I don't know why I'm picking on Doug. I'm like, no, but we're all going to try to do the hats. I think it's going to come out well.
Okay.
But with this live dig with the GoPro, turned out to be a nice, good find because I dug the square nail live, you know, which is a cool square nail. I like square nails. I know some people might think it's trash.
Was that copper?
Yes, it was a copper square nail. Or
It looked-
well,
it
when I
looked
say
like
copper, it wasn't iron. It wasn't magnetic.
Yeah.
It could be an alloy. I'm not sure. At the same time, Rich live dug the pocket watch on the left. And while I was digging the square nail, that giant piece of redware popped out. Oh, I'm not even showing the picture.
I was just gonna say.
Guys,
right.
come on.
There
Wow.
it is.
No one even tells me.
I was about to.
Well, there's the picture. And everyone was trying to just imagine what I was talking about. But there was the square nail I dug while Rich dug the pocket watch and the giant piece of redware popped out. So it was a nice triple. And Doug, the scariest thing happened when I was filming this. So I'm digging this hole. There's tree roots around. So I got to get the Excalibur shovel. And I'm really going in hard trying to fight through the tree roots. So as I'm going in, that big piece of redware pops out. I mean, look how big it is.
Yeah.
So the big piece of redware exposes itself in the hole. Now I'm getting ready to go in for the next dig, and Lynn reaches her hand in the hole. Ooh, redware! Like as I'm coming down, like in my mind, I was like inches away from cutting all of her fingers off.
Oh.
You were a couple inches away. You would have missed it.
Maybe. I mean, but I said, Lynn, the redware is not going anywhere. Don't put your fingers in front
It
of
was
the stove.
exciting.
I know, but my heart said, I thought I almost chopped her fingers
I'm
off.
sorry.
Can you imagine if I cut her fingers off, and I would have cut them off live because I was filming with the GoPro.
Oh, that would have made great footage.
Yeah, that would have been a good one. That would have been a good live shot.
Oh, good.
But no, luckily Lynn's fingers survived, and she got the redware too.
Yep. Win-win.
All right, so that was a nice one there. After the triple, this is another double that we did here, Rich and I. I had a modern state quarter. Rich had a key, but what was cool about that key, Doug, is it's hard to see in the picture. The key says Slaymaker on it. Oh, I got a super chat from Eric Thompson. Happy Thursday, anybody. Any input on the Coil Tech 10.5? I'll give you input in 1 second, Eric. Let me just go over. Doug, we found so many Slaymaker locks over the years.
Yep.
I think we even have one coming up in a week or two, a really nice one. I don't recall us ever finding a Slaymaker key before.
No.
So that was the first time I ever seen it. And I think Rich even traded me the key and I gave him the quarter. Didn't you, Rich? I think because I have a padlock collection, and that was nice of him. But Eric, yeah, the Coil Tech, if you don't know about the Coil Tech coils, I think he does. I'm not sure. But Coil Tech makes excellent coils. I have some for my old Garrett's, and I have one for my old Equinox. But Coil Tech used to be based out of the Ukraine. And I think I heard that the factory got destroyed like a year ago during the war over there. So any Coil Tech coils that are still out there are new old stock. And I don't know if there's any warranty coverage on them anymore because the factory's been blown up. So great coils. They work fantastic, but you might not be able to get any warranty coverage on them anymore. But I could be wrong. Look into that. But they are fantastic coils. That's the one bad thing, Lynn, is when you own a factory and someone blows it up.
There's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Makes it hard to there was another coil company too, Coil Tech, and a second one. The second one was also based out of Ukraine, and I heard that was blown up. So two of the major coil companies that make aftermarket coils were both destroyed in the war. How crazy is that?
That's nuts.
All right. So awesome Slaymaker lock there, Rich found, and I think he gave it to me. And honestly, I don't even know where I'd put it. So I might have given it to a homeowner. I don't even remember. What else did we get? Oh, we had four different match safes at this house. I think I had two in the video. This was the first one that Rich found. It had some little bumps on it. Those bumps just held the lid on. I'm actually holding it upside down. But that was a nice one. And then Charlie had a stunner that I did put in the video right there.
Yeah.
With the grape leaves and stuff on it. Shawnathan, that's a cool name, Shawnathan. He said he found a match safe near the Ohio River, and it crumbled to dust in his hand. It's funny because I dug a match safe on this day, and I think Rich dug a second one. The one I dug was also fancy, but as I picked it up, it crumbled in my hand, just like Sean Anopoulos is saying. It crumbled in my hand because it's such a thin, junky metal. It just crumbled. So I don't even know what mine was, but we did have four of them on this day. This day, I sound like Abe Lincoln. On this day,
Somebody must have.
7 years ago.
Yeah, there was a heavy smoker living there at one point.
Yeah, I think this one, the one Charlie has in my hand, there was still a match inside of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing Dirty Paws saying Coil Tech is in Australia. Maybe I have it wrong. Maybe the other one was in Ukraine, and maybe Coil Tech is. I could be wrong. Disregard anything I say, Rich.
I usually do.
But one of them was in the Ukraine. But
We're all ignoring you.
maybe Coiltech did have one in Australia also. I don't know. I'll text you after the show, Eric. NEL, thank you, Chris Heimsoft. NEL Coils is the one that was in the Ukraine.
No.
Coiltech may be in.
They made the Thunder Coil.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, amongst others. Garrett made a Thunder Coil too. But yeah.
Mine's a Nell. Mine's a Nell.
Yeah, I had some Nels too.
Smokin' Louie says that those matchboxes were made with a lot of zinc in them, so that's why they fall apart usually.
Which matchboxes? I didn't show a matchbox.
Match safe.
Match safes.
Oh, match safes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that might make sense. I mean, they were definitely like a junky metal, and mine crumbled up in my hand. I think the second one you found also like crumbled apart somewhat. So yeah, they just don't hold up well. So I don't know why they're made out of such cheap metal there. Let's see what else we got here. There's a lot of good stuff around. Rich had this cool religious token that I thought you thought this was silver at the time. You quickly realized it wasn't, but in the hole it was all shiny looking.
Yeah, I figured it could have been, but
yeah, had a nice. I'm gonna see if I can read it. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. God will be with you wherever you go. Whenever we go detecting, I always tell Doug to get him psyched up. Doug, be courageous. Don't be terrified, Doug. I give him the same speech.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And it works. Yeah, it gets him psyched up.
Yeah, I recite the 23rd Psalm every trip.
Yeah.
For a split second, when I found that, I thought it was just like a zipper pull for a jacket or something.
It was a thick sucker too.
And then
Yeah. And it looks like at the bottom of it, Rich, you may have nicked it. But that was before you had Eric's shovel.
That's true.
Before you had the new shovel. Just a couple of hellos while I'm looking before I continue. In the Facebook, Landon Stranke. Man, I'm sorry I butchered that name. Landon Doug, you remember that one time I found that cool pin from Alf Landon, and you bought me the Alf Landon shirt, and it was my lucky shirt for like 6 months. My wife put it in the dryer and shrunk it. Now it's like a crop top on me. But when I saw Landon's name in the Facebook, maybe instantly think of that Alf Landon find and the shirt that Dog Tag Doug got me.
If you wear that shirt one day, I'll wear shorts.
Oh, maybe I will.
Bring the shirt and let Rich wear it because you shrunk it to about his size.
Yeah, maybe. It's definitely not.
It's a cool shirt.
That shirt too. I loved it. Maybe I'll buy a second one too. Also, I see in the Facebook, Larry Ofner. How are you, Larry? I'm probably butchering these names. Frank Myers and Christopher Fallon, who we just hunted with 2 or 3 weeks ago. That video will be out eventually. Show Me Treasure in there too. I think it's Chris from down around the Missouri area. And Peter Niblick. I think I might have got that. Oh, Shannon Bortman too. Crazy Digging. They're all coming in. Crazy Digging. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this fantastic shindig we're doing tonight.
Shindig.
Let's see what else we got, Dougie. Rich got this Indian penny, but man, this was a slick sucker. I was struggling even to see anything on it. This picture you're looking at, in the entire minute and 20-second clip, this 1 second was like the best angle. So it looks pretty good there, but every other shot, it looked dreadful. It was terrible, Doug. Can't make out a year on it, although digging history on Cape Cod, thought they saw a 7 in the third digit, possibly 71. I don't know.
I do see the third digit, I think, does look like a 7, but I'm not sure otherwise.
I'm not sure either, but
looks like a 9. Looks like a 9.
A 9?
1892.
Honestly, not to be controversial, I'm going to blow it up a little bit. I thought I saw 1884.
Now it looks like 1890.
We all see something. Everyone put your votes in. What do you think it might be? This is it doesn't get any better than this. It's not like I got a better picture and I'm holding out. It's like looking at the clouds, Doug, where I see a rhinoceros and you see Snoopy from Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Whatever you see is what it might be.
We have a super chat from
I
Out
just
West
saw
Metal
it.
Detecting.
Out West Metal Detecting. Thank you, Out West. I'm glad you were able to join us for the big shindig. Is his name Greg? I saw Show Me Treasure referred to him as Greg. I'm not sure if it is, but thank you for showing up. Yeah, put your guesses in. If Rich is able to clean it and get the date, I'll have him come back to this live stream, and if anyone matches it, Rich will send you his belly shirt. Maybe you can send him your ripped pair of pants, Rich.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be like a
Deal.
kitchen rag. You can never have enough kitchen rags.
Right.
All right, let's see. People are really guessing too. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for just embellishing me.
We may never know, but I do know where I have it.
This
Ooh,
find, I had to cut this out of the video. So this is like an extra that people didn't even see. But
that's a Tootsie.
yeah, the video was getting long. I had to cut some. No, it wasn't a Tootsie, I don't think.
Yeah.
Was it a Hot Wheel, Rich?
It was either what wasn't it a midge? Didn't we
Maybe a midge.
I don't remember. I thought it had a bottom on it, but I don't recall. But it was a really nice car. Doug, you know I love the kids' toys.
Yeah.
It pained my heart to have to cut the clip out.
Why?
But well, because I filmed it with the GoPro and it was crooked. And I don't like to put out a sloppy, pixelated, ugly product. You know, I have a little bit of pride when it comes to that. So, you know, at the end, I happen to capture a shot with the better camera. So at least a still photo makes the after show. Yeah, Dangus Squatburger said Hot Wheel. I think it may have been an early Hot Wheel from like 71.
Wow.
I think it had a big, thick Hot Wheel logo on it, which are the real early ones. But I could be wrong. Let's see what else we got here. Gary Morin says wheels look like Hot Wheels. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the midge wheels didn't have spokes like that and a hubcap. I think it's a Hot Wheel, but beautiful. What color is that, Rich? Purple, pink,
blue?
Blue? I was close. All right. Purple, pink, and blue were all the same color to this guy. Here's a good shot of Charlie and Rich. Now, Charlie's not trying to kiss me.
Charlie's blowing somebody a kiss.
No, he's not trying to kiss me. Rich found a magnificent find, and Charlie may have been doing something like that, and the camera just happened to catch. You know, I also embarrassed Charlie. See, Doug, I don't just pick on you.
Yeah,
Maybe he's whistling.
The old guys.
I don't think he was whistling. I don't know what the heck he's doing there, honestly. I'm not really sure. But look at this find that Rich got. Maybe one of the two best finds of the day. Well, it was, I think. Look at that, Doug. Now, this is not only a infantry button, but that's the long neck eagle, which is probably War of 1812. Super, super early. I got a slightly more blown up picture in a better light.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah, it's
you
better.
can see the feathers. You can see here, I'll blow it up full screen for a second. You can see the eagle's legs there, all the feathers. That is an early, and it's a one piece too, Doug.
Yep.
Not a two-piece one. Absolutely stunning. Look at the eagle's eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, he's got an eyeball. I mean, he probably had two of them, but you can see he's sitting on the olive branch. That was a stunner. Super early military button. One of the best two finds of the whole day. Hot Mess Fishing says, yeah, the GoPros have a little learning curve. You're right. Once I found a way to mount it, Rich has been kicking some butt with it. Marvin Schackerbacker, that's not his name. Marvin Schabacker. Sorry, Marvin. Sorry, brother. He found an eagle button also. His was artillery with the A on it. We found not a lot, but we found some A's over the years. We found I's, the C for cavalry. There's a D for dragoon, which we've never found before that I know of. And then I think there's a fifth one too, Rich. What's the fifth one?
I was responding to the chat, not listening
He's
to
never paying attention. Yeah, there's a fifth one. Is it R Danimal Digs? I can't think of what it was.
Oh,
But there's
the letters.
Oh, Rifleman. Yeah, we've never found that. The A and the I and the C are the three more common ones. Dragoon is a tough one.
Dragoon would be on most people's list.
Yeah, that's a rare one. I think a dragoon was like a mercenary from like France or Germany or maybe Britain. I think they were like hired, almost like a Hessian. It was an elite special forces. So you find a dragoon button. That one's super special. I've never gotten one before. We were at a place, Doug. We were in Iowa. Remember, we were hunting in Iowa, and that park had a lot of Rev War activity, and we were driving down. It was called like Dragoon Avenue or something, and
Yes.
there were signs of the old dragoons.
Dragoon Highway.
Yeah. I might have the name of the wrong name, but it was very cool. So that was, I thought, up to this point, the find of the day until Charlie may have beat him out at the end. I'll see what Rich thinks, if Charlie beat it out or not. I trust Rich, to be honest.
Oh.
Here's a good shot of Lynn and Rich, and you can see the vastness, Doug, of the fields he owns behind the house. I mean, they went on forever, but there's crops in them right now.
Yeah, I'd love to get on them.
Yeah. You talking about Rich or the crops?
The crops.
Well, I got a picture of two people
Good
up.
answer.
Doug says, I'd love to get on them. I got to make sure.
The fields.
All right, just making sure. But yeah, now you can see Rich is under the tree because he was in the shade. But he got another good one here under this tree. Look at that, Dougie.
Yeah, boy.
This was a whole one too. I got a picture on the side of it. There it is.
Yep.
Don Reed said he remembers when the Crotal Bell was Rich's bucket lister. I remember. I remember when it
I
was.
do
Doug's
too.
I remember when it was Doug's bucket lister for a long time.
Right.
And it's hard to see, Doug, in the picture here. I'll try to blow it up again. But right up here, Doug, at the very top of the Crotal Bell, can you see that little slit?
Yep. That's where the cotter
little
pin
hairline
goes through.
crack, and that's
Yep.
where it must have slipped off.
Yep. That would hold it to the leather strap.
Yeah, or whatever it was on. It could be on a little string around a goat's neck.
Usually it was a leather strap that rode the horse.
No.
So very nice there. We did not clean this Crotal Bell out, which normally we spend.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Why didn't you?
Well, the reason we didn't, because it was 105 degrees. We only had limited water. The homeowner, super nice guy, but he was an older gentleman. He wasn't real mobile. He wasn't like outside with us all day. I didn't want to ask him, can we come in and use the thing? And we didn't want to use our drinking water to clean it out.
Yeah.
So we just didn't get a chance. I think Rich started cleaning it with a dry pick, but we didn't like do the whole water submerge in and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
my mom got it pretty cleaned out, but we didn't.
We
we didn't
had
really test it or anything.
We had it ringing, but it was a dull. It was still dirty.
Oh, did we get it ringing? I don't remember.
Yeah, I used a stick.
It
Yeah.
was really that hot that day where we were just like, let's find this stuff and
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
going.
brutal, and
You couldn't have had it dry cleaned?
it was cleaned up. But I mean, look how beautiful that is, Doug. That's a nice colonial one too. That was
It
fantastic.
is. Yep.
So kudos there to Rich.
I would love to find one every colonial site we get to hunt.
Oh, me too. It's a
They
real.
never get old.
They don't get
No.
old. It's cool because to make it ring again. I mean, you're finding something hundreds of years old that like still works just like it did then.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many things can you find that still do that? Oh, look, Chris M. Beatty, who maybe someone else said it before him, Voltig yours, if I'm pronouncing that correct. It was a V on some of the buttons. I think that's even rarer than the Dragoons to have that V on the old military buttons. There's a lot of them, just weird ones that we've never found before. Maybe one day. We got to get on more battlefield sites. Let's see what else we got here. This was a GoPro dig I did, Doug. It was me and Lynn. It was a scream in like 53. I thought I was going to have a large scent. I found this big coin. I screamed large cent. I called Rich over, gave him the large copper sign.
Yeah.
I mean, I was sure, and then I rubbed it, and that's what I had, Doug. And then the key day kid, he calls it a semi-skunk fine. He's right. He's right.
Yeah.
You know, you find a $50, you think like, man, how can you be disappointed with that? But
No.
when your mind thinks it's a
copper, yeah.
copper large cent, believe it or not, it's disappointing.
What year was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was 1986. So,
okay. So it had no silver.
No silver, just I mean, you see the 6 there. You know, you see a 6, you're thinking, oh, sexy. Maybe it'll at least be a 40% or 86.
Still more exciting than a clad quarter.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if that would have been exciting if I wasn't anticipating anything in particular, but my mind was thinking large cent the whole time.
Yeah.
I see a large circle. I'm still thinking large cent. In that scenario, it was super disappointing. Yeah. But in any other scenario, it's an amazing find, you know? I don't find very many $50, like 1 or 2 a year. We don't get a lot of them. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. We're getting at the end here. This was Charlie's last find of the day, and you can see how sweaty he is. I mean, it was disgusting that day. Charlie's in the shade with a great find. I don't know if you saw the video, Doug. Don't say what it is, please. They're about to see it. And Adrian Tucker, look at that, made the comment board. Poor Charlie, he's soaked. He was. And I wasn't spraying up my water either. I was too precious that day. There's Charlie's find, Doug.
Yep.
Now, when you see this, you know, I'm always praying that it's not like a sash buckle. Again, not that that's a bad find, but we're praying for shoe buckle because that's money, you know, like that's, what a good find that is. So we brushed it all down. We did spray this a little bit, and look at that sucker, Doug. That was indeed a shoe buckle. The other side had the raised parts where the chape, a bar would go under.
Right.
Todd Rogers said, "Oh, the shoe buckles." He'd put a nice picture behind it. I just think it's a stunner. This deserves a full screen for a second, Doug. Look at all of the design, the little dots, the rose petals or whatever, all the flowers over here off to the side. I mean, what a stunner that is. I mean, we get, you know, the shoe buckles we get, a lot of them are plain. Sometimes they're broken. This thing is just gorgeous. I love that one.
Yep.
Yeah, you asked about whether my button or this won the day. I think I got to go shoe buckle.
Listen, it's really close.
Yeah, I love shoe buckles so much.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Now your button, because it was so old, you know, War of 1812 is an old one.
Yeah.
It was a close one, the button or the shoe buckle. And my square nail right up there. Maybe my Kennedy half.
Maybe if the shoe buckle was plain, but that's just such a nice.
Yeah, I mean, such an ornate shoe buckle. What's that, Dougie?
Could you put the sweaty Charlie up again?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll go full screen.
I want everyone to look at this picture of Charlie. There you go.
There you go.
Charlie was in the middle of a soliloquy, and he let everyone know that he was the matriarch of his family. And I just had to put a comment in the comments watching the video that, is Charlie having trouble understanding his gender?
Oh, because he's the patriarch.
No, he's the he said he was the matriarch.
I see.
I don't know if anyone else caught that, but I thought it was funny.
Oh, okay. I did not catch it in the moment. But yeah, Charlie plays both roles sometimes. He's not even here. He's not here to defend himself.
Okay.
No,
that's why I am to stay tuned.
Doug, when you find the best thing of the day, you're allowed to make some verbal mistakes. You know,
I make them all the time, but when I
the
make them, you point them out. So
you know the old saying, Doug. He who takes the shoe buckle home can cast the first stone,
yeah.
or something like that. But fantastic. Let me pick this back up. I think we're kind of done with I think there's one more clip left. Hold on. After the shoe buckle, I'm going to make this last clip a full screener, Doug, and just play it through. Oh, I forgot to hit play. I guess that would help.
Yes.
The last one is, there's some comments in there too. I'm sorry. Jay Diggs history. The last clip is the police driving away, Doug. Doug, when was the last time we had the police call on us at a hunt? You remember?
No, I don't.
It's been a long time. And you know who called the cops on us at this hunt, Doug?
A Rich, probably.
Rich
Look
himself.
at that look.
Rich himself called the cops.
I can read guilty on his forehead.
Yeah.
Rich somehow, even though his phone was locked and in his pocket, he somehow butt dialed the police. And kudos to the police for showing up.
Yeah.
But the homeowner, I told you, was an elderly gentleman. He's got 3-4 strangers in his yard, and then the cops show up. I'm thinking, oh God, he's going to kick us out now for sure. Like we're like causing trouble, but he was laughing at us. I mean, he was, right along with us. Super good guy, and was not bothered at all that we called the cops on ourselves.
And this is not the first time that's happened. It's just the first time they've showed up.
You've called them while you were detecting with us before?
Yep, I've done it while I was working. I've done it while I was detecting.
Wow.
And they always call you back and ask you if there's an emergency or anything. And I always say no. And they're like, okay, no big deal. But they did that this time, but then they still came.
Well, I'm glad they came. Imagine if you tripped and fell and broke your leg or something, or if you were held up, or, hey, listen, if you call 911, I'm glad. For one, I'm glad they came out. Protect and serve, Rich. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
Got a couple of comments. Doug Schneider, you deserve some cold beers after that hunt. You found so much stops, you needed a police escort to get home, Rich. That was good. Good job by Doug Schneider. Thank you. And I thought there was another one. Yeah, Laurie, 8150. She's dialed 911 by mistake too. Embarrassing, but comforting to know that they showed up. I thought that was nice. You can see Rich is just like, can't believe it. Look at that look of disgust on his face. Craig Allen, great job, guys. Tell Doug to get his butt back in the game. And Charlie's buckle and Rich's infantry button were his favorites. Yeah, Doug's butt is back next week. This Tuesday's video coming out. Now, Doug, I don't like to give spoilers. That's the end of the little thing there. I don't like to give spoilers, Doug, but this Tuesday, it was a weird video where it was only me and Doug. This Tuesday coming up, it was only me and Doug. We went to a place that we were expecting to go for like an hour. Wasn't even sure if I was going to video anything. Turned out to be absolutely incredible with some amazing finds. Only me and Doug. So a lot of funny moments. I was laughing out loud filming it. It should be a real good one. So it takes Rich to not show up, but then we did have a good day, you and I, Doug. So, but no spoilers. You guys are going to enjoy it this Tuesday on the what's the name of the QuarterHoarder show. Now, Doug, I promised you earlier. I know you probably don't want to see it again. I'm going to play the little clip again. It's 45 seconds. I want people to try to think of the name the little girl's saying, because I'm going to reveal the answer tomorrow unless somebody guesses it tonight. And we're going to give something away. I think I'm going to give a hat and maybe some coins if anyone gets it right. So I'm going to bring her up. Are you ready, Doug? Playing it full screen.
Okay.
Put your listening ears on, everybody, and try to guess what the little girl is saying. It's only 45 seconds or so. Good luck.
All right, this is Macy. Macy is 3, right?
Yeah.
Macy has a brother, and he's 2. He's following us around. I
Yeah.
can't figure out what the brother's name is, and Macy's telling me. I need you guys to help.
Oh, so we have a mom.
And you have a mom. Yes, absolutely. But what's your brother's name?
Asin Michael.
Asin Michael.
No, Asin.
Ashin.
Asin.
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 Asin. I'm saying what you're saying.
Asin.
Austin?
Asin.
Ashin?
Asin.
Leroy, am I missing it? Ashin.
Asin.
I'm saying what you're saying. The same sounds are coming out.
Asin.
Icing Michael.
Asin.
Austin.
Asin.
Is it Austin? Did I get it?
Asin.
I didn't get it. Oh, well. I'm going to have to ask the mom. All right. There it is, guys. Now, I will say the names in the chat are all the names I was thinking, too. Unfortunately, they're all incorrect. I saw a good 100-some guesses on the Facebook, and I put a YouTube short out today. So far, all of them wrong. Tomorrow, I'm going to put the answer out. When I put the answer out, if you were to go back and watch it, you can hear her saying it. We're just not thinking of it. And what my favorite part is, Doug, is that in her mind, it's crystal clear, and I'm an idiot. Like, she is so confident.
What's the matter with you? You can't understand.
What's the matter with you, you idiot? Like, she was like, ugh. And the mom was like off camera behind her, just cracking up. That was a great one. I love the fun interactions with the kids. Every house we go to, if there's kids, I mean, Lynn, this past weekend, with the house we were at, they had 2 little girls.
Three girls.
Yeah, that's right. Well, 2 of them followed me around the whole day. The third one, not as much. But they are exciting.
They were cute.
I give them the pinpointer. They help pinpoint when they, because they get so excited, Doug, over every little thing. And excitement is contagious. And then it makes me more excited, like it's just a cool dynamic.
Well, they were interested too, which helps.
Yeah, they were. This little 3-year-old was interested. As I recall, now I'm going back 7 years from that clip. We found like 7 or 8 silver dimes at that house. We found like 4 lead soldiers. And she was like flabbergasted when we found these lead soldiers. Like, she was so excited. It was really cool. If you want to win a prize, you can go back and watch the video that it aired in probably 6-7 years ago, because I do say the name at the very end, but I'm not going to tell you what video it's in. I'm not going to make it easy. I'm not going to make it easy, Doug. Oh, Barbara Dirt Pirate Connell Morrow in the chat. How are you, Barb? I've known her for many, 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 many years, Doug. Eric Fairchild is in there. Teresa Babechenko. Ooh, is that a real name, Babechenko? That's like the nicknames Lynn was getting, Doug, when we were doing the nickname challenge. Remember, she had Babraham Lincoln, and she had the statuesque Lindbergh. Like some real ones, like, come on, it's Rich's mom. Rich is not going to say, "Hey, Babraham." You got to think who the players are. Over on the Facebook, Donna Zamberlin Durst, Brett Aston. I apologize. I haven't really been watching the Facebook as much, but thank you, everybody. Oh, Teresa Babechenko said, "Call her Babs." I will do just that. Jason Fogel, Big Wave Digging Life. Everybody, thank you. Sherry is in there. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't planning on having a show tonight at all. I was going to be an off week. The next 4 weeks in a row, we have guests on, Doug. Some real fun ones. I don't want to say the names yet, because I like to like ease things out of people. But next week number 1 will be Adventure Archaeology. Brandon, great guy. We'll be hunting with him down in Arkansas. Metal detectorist for sure, but probably one of the most known and respected bottle diggers out there. That's really his, creme de la creme. I know very little about bottles, so I'm going to pick his brain and try to think of questions that don't make me sound like an idiot, which I usually fail at. But we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to that. Bull Hurley, thank you. Wasn't Bull Hurley the guy from Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone, the arm wrestling movie? Remember Sylvester Stallone, like, do this. You don't remember that, Doug?
Yeah,
Come on,
sorry.
in the chat, help
Missed
me
that
out.
one.
Guys, in the chat, am I the
Come
only
on.
one that's all over the top with Sylvester Stallone? Come on.
Please.
Oh, my God. Don't leave me hanging out here, people.
That might be the
He
only
lost me
Sylvester
at,
Stallone movie I haven't seen.
Yeah, I mean, that's a classic Stallone movie. And now, granted, Bull Hurley might not have been the guy's name, but it makes me think of that movie. Look, anyone know? Adrian Tucker knows. Oh, look, Bull Hurley himself agreeing with me. Thank you. Eric Thompson doesn't know. Dank Squatburger doesn't know. Wow.
I saw a funny article today. Speaking of Stallone, and I don't know the truth behind this. I just read the headline, but apparently, he told his wife or his newer wife that he wanted a new dog, and she said no. He bought the dog anyway. She divorced him. So yeah, so he covered up her portrait tattoo that he has with a portrait tattoo of the dog.
Oh, jeez.
Did that really happen? That's a real thing?
It was a real article. I
Oh.
didn't read into it too much, but
I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sylvester Stallone's a big A-name movie star. I can't believe anybody would.
oh, is he?
Yeah,
He lost me at Rocky.
he was in a famous boxing movie. I think it was Raging Bull.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
Yeah, I think it was one of those good ones. Oh, Metal Detecting Coins is in the chat. How did he get that name, Doug? How was that name available still?
I don't know.
Going on like YouTube day one.
He must have bought that years ago.
Yeah, he must have bought it years ago. That was a big thing, Doug. I'm 50 years old now, Doug. Now, I remember back in like the early 90s, what was a real big thing to do, because the internet was starting to become new. People were starting to get computers at their house. Before that, most people didn't have it. So what savvy people were doing is that would go out and let's say you're an Eagles fan, the football team. I would buy PhiladelphiaEagles.com, knowing that in a couple of years, as the internet got big, the Eagles would want that. It's already taken. They would come to me and I would gouge them for it. You know what I mean? Like that was a big thing. You would buy all these store name .coms knowing that eventually they're going to want it. You own it and they'd buy it off you for 100 times what you paid for it. It was a huge thing back then.
Yeah.
And it was a guessing game. You were hoping A, that the internet took off, and B, that your .com would be the one. Where was I going with this?
I don't know.
I thought there was a point. There was a point to what I was doing. Jay Diggs' history is right, Doug.
What's that?
The bull name, I forget the guy's name, Bull Hurley, was not from Over the Top. That was a character from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the old Nintendo game. That's where the name's from. He was
yeah.
He was
I remember that.
Yeah, Bull. Thank you.
You'd get through all of the lightweights, and then you get this guy, and he'd knock you out the first try.
Yeah, he was like one or two before Mike Tyson, but that's who Bull Hurley was. Oh, you see how much we accomplish on the Quarter After Show, Doug?
Wow.
Yeah.
I can go to sleep knowing that I learned something today.
Yeah, we get a lot of stuff done.
Super chat.
Mainly dirt fishing. Thank you. That's Robert. I always mess his name up. Colbroth or something like that. I'm sorry, Robert. Much respect from all the Maine. Oh, and his son. I mentioned it a few weeks ago. His son passed away last month. So my condolences again, Robert. Doug, you might remember him. Remember when we went up to Digstock in New York, and that guy whose name eludes me made us the two wooden caricatures of me and you that he whittled like 40 hours each, or they were
Alan Wood. Alan Wood.
All right, I heard you. When the guy gave us the package to open, we didn't know what it was. I didn't know who Alan was. I turned around and handed my camera to whoever was there and said, "Hey, can you film us opening this?" And when I handed it to Mainly Dirt Fishing Robert, who held it still. It wasn't shaky or wobbly. Did a good job. So thank you very much, Robert, for.
I think that shows up on YouTube still on the shorts.
What's that?
Holding those
Oh, you know what? I didn't put it up yet as a
He's
short,
not-
but I will. I will make one for that.
No, I've seen it on YouTube.
Well, then someone stole it from me because I didn't put it up.
Yeah,
I'll put in a copyright claim, though, Doug.
go ahead.
I'll put in a copyright claim. Now I'll look
I
for
want
it.
my cut.
Maybe you saw the actual YouTube video because I didn't put it up as a short.
I saw it.
So, yeah, that was an awesome carving. But yeah, that's it for the thing. I thought, what time is it, Doug? I don't have a clock on this thing.
It's 9:01.
I thought we go for like 15 minutes and we'll just answer some general questions because the next 4 weeks are going to be a lot of interviews. And I want to make sure we can say hello to everybody while we're not distracted with all that stuff.
Super chat.
Yes.
Super chat, a Big Wave digging life. Thank you, Big Wave. Such fun on this chat. You know, Doug, I will say, now maybe I'm a little biased. I think that the people in our chat every week are the best chat people I've ever seen.
Oh, sure.
They're funny. They're helpful. They answer everything. They say funny things that like spawn weird thoughts in my head to keep the show going.
Yep, they get involved.
Yeah, it wouldn't be half as good without all them. So thank you. Every one of them. Look, Adrian Tucker, he just writes up Richard Mull, which to most people is a
Richard Mull, he was on Night Court.
He was the big, tall, bald guy that kind of looked like Bull Hurley on Night Court.
Yeah, he just died recently, I believe.
Why'd you bring the show to a big grinding halt? Come on, we're trying to keep it positive, Doug.
I'm sorry. I'll look it up just to be sure.
Rest in peace if he did die, but I used to like that show. Richard Mull.
That was a great show.
Are you digging at metal detecting? A massive good morning from the UK. It's 2 a.m. there. Thank you.
Wow.
Are you digging it? Doug, I forget we do have a lot of friends overseas.
I wish they would invite us over.
Yeah, but it's a heck of a it's just so I don't even have my passport yet, Doug.
I do. I'll go without you.
You go without me. But yeah, thank you. I know them. I know Clem and Turd are from overseas.
Not Turd.
John Tennyson, the guy from Norway. There's a guy from Australia whose name's eluding me. I mean, he's so far ahead time zone wise. I think it's still 9 o'clock. It's just tomorrow. Turd is from New Hampshire. Oh, I thought Turd went back and forth.
Well,
I have to sit down and get a good.
I think Clem's been going back and forth.
Oh, but Turd is always here.
I think.
mostly.
All right, Turd, listen, you're from New Hampshire.
Turds are everywhere.
Turd, we're coming up to Connecticut next weekend. I don't know how far that is from you. I know we would love to meet you if you're able to get to the Dirt Fishing Adventures Hunt. It's in Torrington, Connecticut. If you know where that is, we'll be there all day Saturday with Rich, and I'll be there all day Sunday with Doug. I hope you can make it. I'd love to see you. Wendy Olson is here. Wendy's another one that I think was Wendy. Is Wendy the one that named you, Linda Jones? Yes.
Yes.
Wendy was the official. Oh, I can't see, Doug. My glasses are fogging up. Wendy was the Lindiana Jones name winner. I think she won herself a QuarterHoarder hat for that. That was a great name.
That's the best.
Well, Richard Lixom is still that's a good one. If I can find a way to use that in the regular show,
I'm sure you will.
you can have a lot of fun with Richard Lixom. But
I'm glad we covered that ground before you got to the Pussycats.
F Stick One from Western Maryland. How are you? Luke Harding is in there. I try to glance over to the Facebook. It's really weird, the Facebook. It's really hard to follow, Doug. So whoever's over there, I apologize if I ignored them. Eric Fairchild, Max Sands, how are you? Gayla Green, James Lastly. I see a lot of new names too, Doug, which is really cool.
Yep.
James Lastly is from Litchfield, Kentucky. We're going to be in
Litchfield,
Connecticut. Spelled different, but same thing.
Yep.
Workman's
Things are always different.
Yeah. All sorts of things. But Rich, you want to get in anything? Because we are going to shut it down in 10 minutes today.
Well, someone just had a question for Lindiana Jones. Asking, it's not metal detecting related, but if she has an online store where she sells jewelry and things that she makes or antiques, and she doesn't.
She should, though.
She sells through Facebook groups that
I do. I sell
Yeah.
on Facebook. There's a site called Preservation of the Past through Facebook that I sell my jewelry on. You have to join it, but it's free to join.
Oh, Lynn, I got a super chat from Clem Fandango and Turd Ferguson. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. They sent me L3 and L1. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a chess move, but thank you guys.
Not sure what that is.
I'll have Rich do the conversion later. It's an honor to just
Oh,
even
it's
be.
pounds.
Yeah, pounds.
Pounds.
I don't know what the conversion is, but listen.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Turd said it's $1 million American dollars, Doug.
Oh, perfect.
We are rich, Doug.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
Thank
gonna
you.
split that amongst the team, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Go ahead, Lynn. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's okay. You'd have to know my full name though to actually go on that site. So
You do? You need to know your full name?
yeah, to look me up on that site, like you go into to Facebook and then into Preservation of the Past, and you'd have to, if you wanted to look for my stuff, you'd have to write in my full name.
Well, yes and no. Like I've joined that site, and when I go on Facebook, if you put a post up that you're like doing your jewelry sale like that Friday, it just shows up as
They would
as a
see it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
would see it if they join the site. They would see it automatically because I always announce the day before.
Are
when
you
I'm
going
gonna
to
have
change your Facebook name to Lindiana Jones?
Yeah, I should. I should.
Oh,
Well,
Gig Master is in here. How are you, Gig Master?
Is Gig Master here?
Interesting guy too, because Doug, metal detecting is a weird thing where there's like I think there's a distinction between a lot of land hunters and beach hunters. Even though we're doing the same thing, like I don't know a lot about beach hunting.
Well,
And
he kind of mixes it up.
He does, but I'm saying, because he crosses over.
Yeah.
If you invited me to go beach hunting, I probably wouldn't do real well because I wouldn't know, like, do you go where the cuts were? Do you go in the wet sand, the soft sand? It's kind of like a different niche of metal detecting.
Yeah.
So a super interesting guy because he does do both of them. Thank you for coming in.
We ought to get him as a guest on here.
Maybe I will get him to be a guest on here. Yeah.
I could turn on my southern accent.
Yeah, that's what he wants, Doug. That's what he wants. Actually, he messaged me and said he would come on as long as you're not on that night.
Okay.
I think we should have Turd and Clem on as guests.
Maybe we will. I have to see if they look like they. Maybe we'll meet them and then get them to come on. We do have some good guests coming on. I'm excited about it. And if there's anybody you guys want to see come on, let me know. Just like door knocking, I'll ask, and what's the worst they can say is no, don't ever talk to me again, you weirdo.
And when was the last time you door knocked anything?
I don't have to door knock, Doug. People email me. And listen, you forget. Remember I told you when the kid asked you, how do you make a YouTube video? And you say, I don't know. Because it takes me 20 hours a week to do it.
I know.
So that's why. It's a team effort, and someone's got to make these videos.
Yeah.
Mark Pinkham, how are you, sir? I don't know if I've seen that name before. Mark Pinkham. Adrian Tucker says he wants to see Merrill from NYC. I can reach out to Merrill. We've hunted with Merrill before. We're going to be seeing him soon. He's going to be down at the Arkansas hunt.
Oh, is he going to be there?
Well, I heard XP is going to be there, so I'm assuming that it's him. And he's the only guy XP has right now.
Okay.
So,
I did just see, speaking of Merrill, congrats to him. He just joined the 1600s club with a coin he found.
Oh, he wasn't in the club already.
Nope, not yet. But
what did he find?
I think it was it was like an old silver hammered coin. Or maybe it wasn't hammered, but it was of that same time period.
I'll have to find out. Yeah, I'll text him later and see, because I would like him to come on too. I'm already booked up through September, so I want to start booking people for October. We might go back to every week, because I enjoyed talking to guests. After Aquachigger and Brad, I really enjoyed talking to people, hearing their perspectives. People get tired of hearing me talk all day long. It's nice to have someone else come on and talk.
Yeah.
So I will bring them on. Bull Hurley said, QH, have you ever heard of a detector called the Gold Hunter Frogman MF50? I have not heard of that machine. Now, if it's a gold specific machine, it's possible that I haven't heard of it. Doug, you know that like I kind of think of myself as fairly up on metal detectors. I'm no expert by any means, but I
Yeah.
know a lot of them. I know all the manufacturers and whatnot. But if you go to another country, there are so many other metal detectors, brands and machines that we've just never heard of because they're not popular over here. So I wonder if it's one of them. Remember I had that one a company sent me years ago, and I took it to Thunderbird Bob's house one day, and they wanted a video on it. It was like $1,000 detector, and I had no idea what it was. It kept doing like overload. It would say overload, and I'm like, what the heck is this piece of junk?
Yeah.
That is a really popular brand over in like wherever it is, Portugal or Spain or something. There are a lot of them. Yeah, Gigmaster, I will reach out to him. Maybe he'll come on as a guest. I'd love to have him on. Greg Pickens from Finding America also is going to be on my short list. I'll be reaching out to Greg. Anybody out there. And I'm not trying to be like a YouTuber snob and just go for the YouTubers, but there are people that I am familiar with, I've interacted with, I kind of know. I'll certainly go to people, outside of that, but there are people that I just have some sort of, association with. Jace Robertson. Yeah. If those guys I think are supposed to be at the Arkansas hunt, or at least one of them, I'll see. He's pretty big. He might tell me to, get lost.
Who's that?
The duck whistler guys.
Oh, okay.
I don't mean
duck
I
whistler?
couldn't think of the name. I didn't mean disrespect there. The Duck
Dynasty.
Thank you. The Duck Dynasty guys.
Yeah.
Preacher Digger. Yeah, I know him. That would be a good one. The writer of the show, The Detectors. I don't even know who that is. But it may be. I wouldn't mind the actor. I like that one tall guy. I think he was in Pirates of the Caribbean from the Detectors show. Did you ever see that show, Doug?
No.
What?
No.
It's a really good show.
No.
I was smoking Louie said that gold detector that the other person said is a copy of a Nocta machine.
Really?
So I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I'll have to look it up. Oh, the actor is the writer. Yeah, The Detectorist, Doug, is a really funny show. I think it's on Netflix now. It's like a fiction show about metal detecting, but it's funny and it's quirky. But one of the two actors, he's like a tall, skinny guy. He was in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, kind of playing a similar character, like a funny guy's eyeball kept falling out.
Oh, yeah.
Mackenzie Crook. Yeah, Dangus Squatburger said it. Mackenzie Crook is his name. I didn't know he wrote the show, too. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll send him a Facebook message. What the hell? Worst he can say is no, right, Doug?
Yeah. See if he wants to become popular and get on our show.
Yeah. I'll tell him he can have an exclusive one-on-one with Dog Tag Doug. Who's going to turn that down? Who's going to turn that down?
Tell him you'll keep me on a short leash.
Yeah, his eye kept falling out. You mentioned the Harbor Freight 9-button detector. Have you ever used one? No. But you know what? A few years ago when I was doing those, I was doing review videos on like the cheapest of the cheap metal detectors, so that if people ask me like, hey, is the Schwang Hang 5 any good? Instead of me writing the same answer, I just say, well, look, here's a video I did on the Schwing Bing 3 or whatever. So I kept doing these cheapy machine videos. And I was going to pick up the 9-button Harbor Freight, which I think is the cheapest of the cheap. I think it's like $40 with a coupon, but it's like, it's got 2 knobs and a needle. Like it's pretty low, but I don't know. I'm sure if you swung over something fairly shallow, it's going to make a beep, so who knows?
Emil is in the chat. I haven't seen him in the chat until now.
Emil G2?
Yep.
Okay.
He follows the channel every week. I see a comment.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
I saw, the 717 detector is in there. I believe he's a New England guy. We might be bumping into him if he's going to the Connecticut hunt in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana Mud Dog. He said if Doug calls you about coming on the show, he's going to file a restraining order, Doug. So leave him alone. Diggin' Virginia said Lowe's sells a metal detecting shovel now, the Root Assassin, $48. Yeah, I've seen that. That shovel's kind of strange because it doesn't have a point. Like it comes down and then curves in like a half moon.
It's kind of like your show, right?
What's that?
It doesn't have a point.
Ah, that's funny. Oh, hold on. Oh, what happened? What happened? Doug's gone. That joke never gets old. I have seen that Root Assassin. I haven't used it though yet. And what's cool, if it's the one I'm thinking of, the handle, it's not like a D handle or a T handle. I think it's like a big giant bagel handle, like a big thick round bagel. We had one when we hunted with the copperheads.
Yes.
One of those guys did that. It was a big giant. I remember I took a whole video once through the circle, and then at the end I pulled back because the handle was so big.
I prefer to call it a donut rather than a bagel.
I love bagels, Rich. I love bagels are good.
I'm not allowed to have donuts anymore.
Or bagels. You're probably not allowed to have bagels either.
Or bagels for that matter.
Doug is
imagine I had a spaghetti dinner tonight and no Italian roll.
Was the spaghetti made of wheat or was it like white flour?
No, it was regular but wholesome flour.
All right. Yeah. Well, listen, Doug, we want to be
very small portion.
We want to dig with Dog Tag Doug for 20 more years. If that means you got to eat Brussels sprouts every night, then shut up and eat Brussels sprouts.
Not every night.
Gabriel Seagull in there. I don't know what his earlier comment was. He just said, I said Michael. Don't know what that means, but someone probably does. I saw another new name. I thought I might have scrolled past it in there. Oh, Mark Pinkham I got earlier. Chris Heimsoth, who I saw in there. Usually Chris is working Thursday nights. He can never make it.
He said he got in late.
Yeah, he can't ever make it live. So I'm glad to see Chris Heimsoth made it live. Look at all the fun you miss, Chris, when you have to work.
Yeah.
This, you learn so much here. Luis Villarreal. Doug, you can say that with a good Spanish accent.
Villarreal.
That wasn't the best Spanish accent.
Villarreal.
You're not rolling the R. Villarreal. You got to do like
Villarreal.
Lynn, can you roll the R?
No.
Rich, can you roll the R?
No.
Really?
In 8th grade, my first Spanish class I took, my Spanish teacher yelled at me because I couldn't roll my R's.
Really?
Yeah, but not everybody can do it.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I can do it, but I got to force it. Like if I said, Luis Villarreal, like I can do it, but it's not natural. Doug, let me hear yours again.
Wait a minute, get some spit.
You're ready. Hold on. You're ready. Me.
Jeez.
I'm ready. Come on, I'm waiting. I want to hear it.
I just did it.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh, I meant his name. Luis Villarreal.
Villarreal.
Whose was better, me or Doug's?
Oh.
You're going to have to do it again.
We're going to do it again. Doug, you want to go first or want me to go first?
No, you go first.
All right. Luis, I need you to judge also. Luis Villarreal. Darn it. I was okay. Doug?
Villarreal.
Rich, who got it? Luis Villarreal.
Luis Villarreal.
I got to give it to Doug.
Yeah.
Son of a gun, really? Lewis, who do you?
Lewis, who do you stop doing that?
Yeah.
Lewis, who do you pick? If Lewis trumps you, I mean, I got to give Lewis the final say. It's his name.
It's his name.
Did Doug beat me? I mean, if Doug wins, he wins. What am I going to do?
Doug's the smoother.
Oh, look, Lewis said Jason got closer.
Oh.
I mean, come on, he owns the name, so I got to give it to Lewis. Thank you.
But Mud Swat said both is pretty bad.
Yeah, they were bad. Don't get me wrong. We were battling out for the bottom. You know what I mean? I'm just trying, because it would.
The best of the worst.
Yeah. But I was giving it. Doug was the Joker in a past life. Amanda Collins said we both sound ridiculous.
Yeah. I've been a joker in all my lives.
Yeah. I wish I could roll R's though. I just think that sounds cool. It sounds like very suave, but I can't do it.
I rolled an old lady once.
All right. Thank you.
I got her wallet, an umbrella, and a pair of shoes.
Is that like me? Like when you roll it, I mean, like you like mugged her?
Yeah. That the old folks in the chat would know what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right.
I stole a marble rye from an old lady one time.
A what?
Oh, a loaf of bread?
Rye?
It's a Seinfeld episode.
Oh.
He literally steals a marble rye out of the hands of an old lady.
Well, that sounds like George.
Was it George that did it?
It was Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Doug, that's a good guess.
Yeah.
Doug, that's a good guess. You think we could get the soup Nazi to come on?
Oh,
That guy can roll some good R's.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Have you been past that soup shop in New York? It's still there. It looks
Yeah.
exactly.
It's still
Really?
there. So maybe I'll have to look that guy up. He might do it. He's probably desperate for a gig. Doug, did you cow tip in your younger days from Amanda Collins?
No cow tipping.
No.
No.
Rich, did you ever cow tip before? I can't see you being anything mean like that.
We did throw.
It's something that we would have done, I'm sure, if there's not really cow farms around here. It's all just like corn and soybeans.
Yeah.
We threw cow chips. That was and mule biscuits.
Is that what they're called? Mule biscuits?
Mule biscuits. When they dry out, you can chuck them a country mile.
Oh, Charlie texted me. He's leaving the baseball game now. Traffic will be heavy, but if he gets home in time, I guess he thought he would join the show. Well, guess what, Charlie?
yeah.
The show should have been over 10 minutes ago. We're just kind of killing time because I'm amused. My uncle used to say cow pies tasted good from Big Wave digging life. Some of those suckers are big. When we're in those fields, I mean, they're like frisbees on the ground.
Oh yeah, you can get some good worms for fishing under a cow pie.
Yeah, F stick one. Did you eat the mushrooms? I think Rich would. Like I said from earlier in the show, Rich, a lot of houses, I'll just see him like eating things that are growing around, and I'm like, Rich, are you sure you know what that is? Like 100%.
I'm learning as far as mushrooms goes, but it's very tough.
Yeah, like the
they're
wrong mushroom will
referring
kill
to.
you.
They are referring to magic mushrooms, which primarily grow in cow pies.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of mushrooms. Smoking Louie, where's my railroad lock? I got it downstairs in my case. I've got about 20 of my favorite padlocks, probably about 12 Doug ones and about 8 that either I bought or people mailed me.
Mostly Doug, yes.
Well, yeah, but the ones that weren't Doug obviously look better. But now it's down in my case. He sent me a nice one, like with the dust flap and everything.
Right.
It was big. So no, it's down in the case. Thank you very much.
And I can vouch for that. I've seen it.
Oh, and the cheap sunglasses, I probably don't still have them. Remember, he sent us the sunglasses, Doug, that had rhinestones going around them.
Yes.
You know, listen, I'm a manly man. Smoking
one
Louie.
of my favorite ZZ Top.
Yeah. Smoking Louie, listen, I'm a manly man. I can't wear glasses that might make me look ridiculous.
Yes.
Now, I don't know where the rhinestone ones are. I'm not sure, but I do have the padlock. Morale.
I haven't seen you find a padlock.
I was about to read your comment, Rich. I looked down and saw a comment. I was about to read your own comment.
Oh.
Rich is in the chat. But no, I think we're gonna end the show, Doug. I'm tired and my throat's starting to get a little bit sore. So tomorrow,
yeah, my ears are starting to hurt.
You jerk. Tomorrow, if you check out the new Facebook page, which hopefully you will, I'm going to have the answer to the little girl's brother's name. I know you're dying to know what it is. So far, no one has guessed it. But when I post it and then you watch the little clip back, you'll hear it. You'll hear it in her voice. So I'm really excited. Doug, if you remember it, you are ineligible to win the hat.
Yeah, well,
All right, final words on the night. I will let Lynn go first.
Well,
I like putting Lynn on the spot, making her uncomfortable.
yeah. Thank
Oh,
you.
look at that name real quick, Lynn. The Sod Father. Oh, that's a cool
I
metal.
like that. I
Yeah,
saw
me
that
too.
earlier.
I
Yeah.
like
Good.
that name.
That's a cool name.
I like it.
That's a new
Welcome,
one.
Sod Father. That is
That's
cool.
a new one.
All right, Kelly,
Okay, let's see. I hope thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope everyone has a nice Labor Day weekend. And I'm gonna miss this weekend for being away, but if you go digging somewhere, good luck.
is the frog's butt water tight? You know we're going.
Yeah, I know.
We have a double. We have a double this weekend. I won't say where it is, but I have good hopes that we're gonna do really well. But we will miss you. I will. I'll text you with any good finds, and I'll call you on the hour-and-a-half ride home. And,
Yeah, we get one bar up in New York and an occasional phone call, so keep me posted.
Yeah.
Are you talking about this weekend?
Yeah, I'll tell you when the show's over.
Oh,
But yeah, when Lynn goes up to New York, where they go up to vacation, you told me you have to get on the quad, drive it like 20 minutes, climb up like a rock, and hold the phone above her head to get reception.
Well, that's the way it was, but just this year, for some
it's getting
reason,
better.
we have one bar of service at the cabin.
Really?
So sometimes a text will come through like 20 minutes later, but we are getting them usually. It's just really sporadic.
I hate those towns with one bar.
See, I don't want. I was hoping that right at the cabin we would never have service, because that's why I like that's so much what I enjoy about it there.
I know. I can't be that off the grid. I like being connected somewhat, but I guess everyone's different. You know.
Well, you have to go to the Rock, and you can get connected.
like you said, it would be about 5 minutes to get on the quad and go across. We have 2 pieces of property up there, and we have to go across to the other one and then up a hill near a stone wall.
Yeah.
And then we get service.
I would like. I would. What?
I was wondering if Lynn was speaking in hieroglyphics or something, going the quad to the wall, and what the heck are you talking about?
I have my own quad.
Yeah, she's got a quad up there. I understood everything she said. I don't know what you're talking about, Doug.
4-wheeler.
Yeah, like a 4-wheeler.
Oh, quad.
We call it a quad. Yeah.
That's how we get around up there.
Okay.
So yeah, exciting stuff though. But yeah, so I will text Lynn and she'll get back to me when she can climb the rock.
Yep. Sounds good. I'll look forward to
that. Rich, anything before we go out of here?
Well, just a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who showed up in the chat tonight, even though it was a short notice. I mean, Jason called me, probably only about 9 hours ago now and said, I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah. As of around 12 noon, I wasn't even going to do it. I thought, I will take the week off. I got things to do. And then I made a last minute decision. And luckily, Doug, Lynn, and Rich said, yeah, well, come on. We got nothing else to do.
We sound like losers.
No, but I'm saying, it's a Thursday night. Who does things on a Thursday night?
Oh, no one.
Doug, any final words before we end this shindig?
No. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. How many tuned in?
We were about 230, 240 at most, and right now we're still at 161.
Yeah. It's 9:30 on a weekday. People are getting out here.
And it was nice seeing some new names in the chat. We hope they come back
to the show tonight, so we could really mess around with the chat. When the guests are on, it's hard to watch the chat. I feel bad that I don't get to communicate with the chat people. That's half the fun of the live stream.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought we'd do it tonight. I can give them more attention. And then next week, for the next 4 weeks, maybe more, we're going to try guest, and mix it up and try something new because
I was trying to be in the chat more tonight, and every time I was, you asked me a question.
I know. I watch for your eyes to dart to the right, and then I immediately come with a question.
That's so nice of you.
But you asked me to pay attention to the chat.
I know. I ask a lot of you. That's what I do. All right, I'm going to end this shindig. Rich, don't hang up yet. I'll go over this weekend with you.
All right.
But everybody else, hey, thank you for watching, everybody. Check out the Facebook tomorrow for the little brother's name. Maybe you'll win a hat if you type the right answer in. And you guys will see us Tuesday, hopefully, for the super good hunt of me and Doug absolutely killing it at a sleeper house. Wait do you guys see? It's going to be a fun one. So, all right, Dougie, thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy hunting, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.
Good night.